Hi, my friends. In this video, I will guide you on how to make a pop-up card for the wedding day. And I've cut artboard 1 with my Cricut, to make the bride and groom. Now, I'm going to write the names of pieces on each piece. To find the names of pieces, please open your downloaded file, then open the folder PDF, then find and open artboard 1. You just need to rewrite the names on these pieces. Now I'll rewrite the names on these pieces with my pencil, because I'll erase them after finishing the assembly.
Đây là mảnh A này.
After rewriting, I'm going to take these pieces out of this board. And I think that the thicker the paper, the easier it will be for you to put these pieces together. I'm using Kishu cardstock, for example, which is of 204 GSM thickness. After taking those pieces from the board, we have the pieces like this. Here are the pieces that are named by numbers, and the pieces by letters. The ones are named by numbers, I'll put them on the right, and the ones by letters on the left. This one is named by number, so it's on the right. And this one is on the left. After classifying these pieces like this, I'll print out the assembly diagram. You also can find this assembly diagram in Artboard 6 in folder PDF. Now I'm going to put these pieces together from inside to outside. As you can see, on this diagram there are the names of the pieces. We're going to assemble these pieces together according to the diagram. Firstly, we'll start with piece A and piece 1. According to the diagram, piece A and piece 1 will be put together right here. As you can see, each piece has slots. These are slots. And we need to put these slots together correctly. In the diagram, you also see that there are many intersections here. Here are intersections. Each intersection in the diagram represents a slot on each piece. So how can we know which slot of one piece will be put into which slot of the other? We'll need to put this piece on this diagram. Because line A is a horizontal one, I need to put piece of parallel to line A like this. As you can see, the first intersection here represents the first slot in piece A. Similarly, the second one here represents the second slot. Besides, this line is for piece 4. And this one is for piece A. Piece 4 and piece A will be put together here, at this intersection. So the first slot on piece A will be put to piece 4, so I'm now writing A4 here, at the first slot in piece A. Similarly, the second slot will be put to piece 3. So I'll write A3 here. And this is A2, A1, A2, A3, and A4. The rule of writing the slot name is I'll write the piece name I'm writing on first, then the piece name that this slot will be put into. Now keep going on with piece 1. I'll do the same thing. The first intersection on line 1 here is for the first slot in piece 1. Piece 1 will be put to piece D here. So I'll write 1D at the first slot. Then 1C, 1B, 1A, and this is 1B, 1C, 1D. I'll erase some points so that you can see the diagram more easily. Now I'm going to put piece A to piece 1, so I'll find slot 1A in piece 1, and slot A1 in piece A. Then I'll put the two slots together like this. It's quite easy to get it right. Then, I'll leave it aside. Similarly, I am going to put piece 2 to piece A here. I'll also take piece 2 and name the slots in it. After that, I'll put this piece 2 to piece A. Now I'm going to find slot 2A and put it to slot A2 like this. Next, I'm going to take piece 3 and do the same things. But we'll notice that line D and line 3 intersect at no point. So the first slot on piece 3 will be put into piece C at this point. So the first slot in piece 3 is here. And please note that there is a red stroke here. The stroke here represents the tab of piece 3. In the diagram, this red stroke is behind piece A, so I'll turn over this piece so that the tab will be on the same side of the stroke. The first intersection of line 3 is here. So right here I'll write 3C, 3B, 3A, 3B, and 3C. And now I'll put it to the bride and groom. I'll find slot 3A, and here is slot A3. I'll put them together. Now I'm going to put piece B2. Sorry, I've just put piece 3 to piece A. And now I'm going to put piece B to piece 3, piece 2, and piece 1. I'm taking this piece B and doing the same things. Because I'm going to put piece B to piece 3, piece 2, and piece 1. So I'm finding slot B3, B2, and B1, and slot 3B, 2B and 1B. Here we go. Put slot B3 to slot 3B. Slot B2 to slot 2B. And slot B1 to slot 1B. Would you think it's easier to understand?
Sau khi mà mình đã ghép được nó xong như thế này rồi.
After that, I'll keep on this side, putting piece 2 to piece A and piece B. And now I'm going to put piece 2 to piece A and piece B. So I'll need to find slot A2 in piece A and slot B2 in piece B. I'll take slot A2 first. This is slot 2A. I'll put them together. And slot 2B will be put into slot B2. This is slot B2.
Alright.
Next, we'll need to take piece 3 and put them to piece A and piece B. Similarly, like the previous piece 3, we'll see that the red stroke on this line 3 is in front of piece A. So the tab of this piece 3 will be here, on the same side of the stroke. Line D and line 3 don't intersect. So the first slot of this piece 3 is the intersection of line 3 and line C. The first slot is named 3C. And now I'll put this piece 3 to piece A and piece B. So I'll put slot 3A to slot A3 in piece A. Put slot 3B to slot B3 in piece B.
As this.
Oh no, I forgot it. This tab must be in front of the piece A. So I'll need to take this piece off. Turn it over, and put this piece to piece A, and piece B again. Like this. Okay, it will look like this if we look from the top. We'll continue on our project with piece C. I'm going to put piece C to piece 3, piece 2, piece 1, piece 2, and piece 3. Also please pay attention to this tab. The position of this tab is very important, but we often forget it. The red stroke is on the right, so the tab of piece C is on the right. Now we need to name the slots here. C3. Now I'll find slots here. This is slot 3C, which will be put into slot C3. Slot 2C will be put into slot C2. And this is slot C1. We need to bend the pieces a bit to put them together. Seems like everything is a little messy, but it's alright, we'll adjust them later. Slot C2 will be put into slot 2C. And here is slot C3, which will be put into slot 3C. And when we put one slot into another slot correctly like this, we never get confused. And now we can adjust it a little bit. If you write the slot names correctly, you won't be afraid of getting lost at any step. As you can see, the tab of piece 3 and the tab of piece C are on the same side. Next, we're putting piece D to piece 2, piece 1 and piece 2. D2, D1 and D2. Similarly, put slot D2 to slot 2D. We've already finished the front of the bride and groom. Now it's time for the behind. I'll turn it over. This is piece B. Line B crosses line 4 at the first intersection. So the first slot here is B4. Now I'm putting piece B to the bride and groom. I'll begin from inside. I'm going to put piece B to piece 1 first. So I'll find and put slot B1 into slot 1B. Slot B2 will be put to slot 2B. Slot B3 will be put to slot 3B.
Cái này cũng tương tự như vậy.
I'll do the same things with other slots. This is slot B2. Slot B2 will be put to slot 2B. Okay, now we need to adjust our pieces a little.
Được rồi.
Okay, this is piece
Mảnh
C.
C đây.
Its tab is here. The red stroke is here, on the left.
Nó sẽ là ở bên này, bên tay trái.
C3, C2, C1, C2 and C3. The red stroke in the diagram is on the left.
Là nó sẽ là ở bên tay trái. Tuy nhiên
However,
vì là
I
mình
flipped
đã
over the bride and groom.
lật nó cái mặt này ra đằng trước rồi. Thế nên là
It's a
nó sẽ
bit
có một
confusing to find the position of this tab.
sao chúng ta có thể dễ nhận diện ra và chúng ta biết được là
But that's okay. Just remember that piece C's tab is always on the same side of piece 3's tab.
lại cả tab của cái 3.
So let's put piece C to other pieces so that the piece C's tab is on the same side of the piece 3's tab.
Với lại cả tab của mảnh 3 nhé. Khi mà mình lật nó
While assembling those pieces, please notice the names of the slots and put them together correctly.
tên các mảnh để mình có thể là ghép vào với nhau cho nó đúng. Ta-da!
So I've completed the hardest steps of this project.
Mình đã làm những cái phần khó nhất, những cái phần khó nhất thì mình cũng đã vượt qua rồi.
Next, I'll take piece D.
D.
This is D2, D1 and D2.
Và D2. Và mình sẽ
And we still have the two pieces of 4 left.
4. Hai cái mảnh 4 này nữa. Nhưng mà hai cái
The
mảnh
two pieces just need to be put into piece B, piece A, and piece B.
nó rất là dễ thôi.
it's quite easy.
4D.
They'll be put to the sides of the bride's dress,
Phần hai bên hông của
on this side and this side.
bên này.
I'll put it to this side.
4, cái này 4B, 4A và 4B.
You can begin both from outside to inside or from inside to outside. But I see it easier to begin from inside.
Xin lỗi, từ trong ra ngoài thì nó vẫn dễ hơn.
So we've done with it.
Rồi đó.
You can adjust it to fold the bride and groom more easily.
Nắn lại
We just need to make our pieces flat.
nó sẽ được phẳng. Nắn lại một chút.
In the process of assembly, seems like the pieces are rumpled and messy.
Là nhàu nhĩ. Nhưng mà khi mà
But when the pieces are put together correctly, it's pretty and so clear.
thì trông
You don't need to worry because your pieces are bent or curled during the assembly process.
phải lo quá khi mà mình làm quăn hay là làm cong các mảnh ghép trong quá trình mà mình lắp ghép đâu. Và khi mà các bạn
And now I'm done.
làm xong
I'll erase what I wrote on pieces.
và các bạn sẽ tẩy nó đi nha. Và bởi vì là
I wrote very bold names on my pieces so that you can see them clearly in my video.
này để các bạn có thể nhìn rõ thôi.
But I think you can write light names on your pieces so that they can be erased more easily.
Mờ mờ thôi để mình có thể là tẩy dễ dàng hơn. Vậy thì bây giờ nhé, các bạn hãy lưu ý
Then,
mình
I'll need to fold the bride and groom like this so that the two tabs overlap.
có nghĩa là làm sao để cho hai cái tab này nó sẽ trùng vào với nhau. Hai cái tab ở hai bên này nó sẽ trùng vào với nhau. Nhưng mà các bạn thấy là hai cái tab của nó
If you see the folded bride and groom has the tabs on both sides like this, it's not right.
chuyển
You have to fold it in the other direction, then you will have two tabs overlapping each other.
để các bạn sẽ có được cái tab, hai cái tab nó trùng vào với nhau. Và khi mà hai cái tab nó trùng vào với nhau rồi thì các bạn
Next, I'll fold out these tabs like this.
gập phần tab lên. Sang hai bên như thế này. Gập lên sang hai bên như thế này. Ok. Vậy là chúng ta đã lắp ghép xong cái phần cô dâu.
Okay, let's move to the next step. We'll attach the bride and groom to the card base.
Thứ rể này vào trong cái base thiệp nha.